Thursday, September 29th. It's about, what time is it, Cashew? It's about 9:45 a.m. Took all morning to just kind of get ready, have a nice little quick breakfast, clean up a little bit, and organize around the house. Today, we are going on a DC date day. Justin and I are big art lovers, so today for our date day, we decided that we wanted to go to a bunch of art museums as well as finish off the night with a really nice dinner experience to celebrate our anniversary of being together. And because this year is 2022, we are celebrating our 10-year anniversary of dating. We got married in 2018, but we did start dating in 2012. So we do like to just celebrate these kind of key moments. And plus it's like a 10-year anniversary, so it's a big moment. We are eating dinner at The Setting DC, a nice little fine dining experience. They just got like a Michelin star. Really excited to go through this dinner experience. It's been something that's been on my bucket list essentially like since they opened, I think about a year ago. They've already raised their prices from when they first initially opened, so excited to go through the whole tasting menu experience as well as get some really good drinks. It's going to be a 10-course experience filled with all finger foods. During the pandemic, Chef Kieran Sond and John Snyder both teamed up to essentially give out these really beautiful bento sushi boxes all throughout the pandemic. It was this pickup only style, and after the pandemic kind of cooled off a little bit and restaurants started reopening, they teamed up and opened The Setting in DC. It's a different approach to a high-end tasting menu cuisine experience because everything is that kind of finger food, easy to grab bite. They said that even if you ask for a spoon, you're not going to get one, so it's truly a finger food experience. The two teamed up with jewelry designer Dino Lanzano to create this beautiful, stunning restaurant. It's a 30-seat lounge and bar with infinity mirror floors. Because Dino was a really big watch guy, the whole ceiling is filled with images of watches. Supposedly, the mirrors that are on the floor is what they use to sell Lamborghinis on to really show all the kind of like cool stuff that you can't just see from the naked eye. I think it's gonna be a really cool environment experience. I read like a review or two and they said that the atmosphere changes as each course changes, so I think that's going to provide a really unique experience. Anyways, let's get started on our DC date day. We are leaving from Howard. Anyways, let's get started on our DC date day. We are leaving from Howard County, Maryland, so about like a 45-minute drive from here in the suburbs all the way into the middle of the city. Our first stop is going to be ARTECHOUSE. It's this really cool kind of virtual immersive experience where they do a lot of projection, screen mapping, and that kind of thing. The exhibition we're going to today is called Afro Frequencies, so it should be some really cool imagery as well as music or sounds, tunes, whatever you want to call it. Following that, we are planning to get some lunch at Union Market, or kind of leaving lunch a little bit up in the air, do something spontaneous, and I don't know, we haven't been in the city, so we want to just kind of explore and take our time. Right before we go to dinner though, we are going to the Hirshhorn Museum, one of my favorite museums in the entire world. We finally got tickets to go see Yayoi Kusama. We did end up just becoming Hirshhorn members because we really wanted like a specific timed pass, and because we live all the way out in the suburbs, it would mean that we would have to wake up like at 8 and leave by 8 in order to get to the Hirshhorn at 9 and pick up whatever tickets are available for the day. It just sounded like a lot to wake up and then drive and then get the ticket, and then we were trying to figure out, do we come back to the house? Do we stay in DC and then go back into DC? It just became too much, so we ended up joining the Hirshhorn. It's great. I think this is a non-deductible, so it's a tax write-off later. Either way, very excited, and plus, you should always support the arts. All right, let's get started. DC date day. Let's go. I also unboxed my beautiful Triple S Balenciagas. And then I got my beautiful American trench socks. If you guys got hyperhidrosis, this is definitely the move. Even if you don't have hyperhidrosis, these socks are so plush. They're like just doing everything so well. This is also by a local Philly company, so very great to support the small businesses. Plus, look how beautiful these socks go with these Triple S. I mean, doesn't get better than this. Also have to mention, thank you so much, Jenna, because she was the best sister and bought me this shoe that I've been literally dying for my 30th birthday. just finished lunch at Union Market. Justin's pad thai was excellent. Would definitely go and get that again. We just parked and now we're like 30 minutes early for our Hirshhorn Yayoi Kusama experience. So I think we're going to maybe walk the sculpture garden, see what's happening there. we're also just amazed at how much the city has changed drastically, I think, since the pandemic. One of the most notable areas, I think in DC at least, is now called the Union Market District. Previously, it was kind of just like more empty spaces, a lot of empty lots and things. So it's really nice to see that they've built that whole area up. Very excited for this Hirshhorn experience. Okay, let's go.
Down the road looks even brighter. So much left to say. Something about the way you move, gliding around across the room. And if I'm in doubt, I know that soon I'll change my mood with something about you.
Hello! It is now 6:05 p.m. After the Yayoi Kusama exhibit, Justin and I just ended up walking around Georgetown, had to of course stop by Major, picked up some really great clothes for the fall. Then we drove down the street right to where the setting DC is, and we are so excited to go in. Our dinner reservation is at 6:30 and they told us to get to the restaurant 15 to 30 minutes early, so we are here 25 minutes early and about to head in. I think I mentioned this earlier, but the front of the restaurant is actually a diamond storefront. So we are heading into the basement where we will have our dinner. We also got some really nice golden hour going on right now, so I had to capture that. I thought I was going to change into a dress, but feeling a little lazy, and also like my outfit is like super cute, so I'm just gonna stay in this. The Yayoi Kusama exhibit was amazing. Very, very beautiful. Really cool to see the two different infinity rooms, as well as the giant pumpkin and that special coat. Overall, great experience. We did get super lucky, and we were the last timed entry ticket to go in. So essentially we got to go through the entire exhibition all by ourselves. I think there was like one person lingering behind us, and it was really cool. Historically, I had done the previous Yayoi Kusama exhibition, I think pre-pandemic a few years ago. With that, it was just lines on lines and a lot of crowds and wait times. It did totally affect the experience, so it was really, really nice that we were able to go through this exhibition by ourselves and really just take our time, read everything, feel everything, take it all in. It's the best way to experience art. All right, let's go in. We're starving. Let's get it. Diamond store. It already closed. You got Justin going in.
Two courses. It would bring them to like the courses which feel everything to you. sour cream and onion, and the product is golden ocetric caviar. We're gonna start with a little house-made creme fraiche. This might be a little bit cold on your hand. This is our flavoring component. It's a dehydrated powder we make here of chives and matcha. Personally, this is my favorite part. This is the golden ocetra. It's coming to us from Russia.
Wow.
We're gonna do a little bit of kosher. Just brings out some of those flavors and some texture there. Cheers. Thank you.
Okay, fine.
Together perfectly and forever, lost in deep conversations, the way we wanted to. Something about the way you move, gliding around across the room. And if I'm in doubt, I know that soon I'll change my mind with something about you. Story start to change.
Hello! We are back home now. It is about 10 p.m. Wow, we had such an amazing experience at the setting DC. We both highly recommend it, right? We both highly recommend it. Everything we ate was heavenly. All the textures, all the flavors, just perfection. The more important part I think about this experience was that it was very immersive. The chef came over every single course, explained every ingredient that was part of the dish, as well as where it was locally sourced from, and if it wasn't locally sourced, where exactly it did come from. Sometimes he was able to share a little bit more kind of like scientific elements, I guess you could say, in terms of like understanding the origins of the food. So an example was he came out and showed, you know, the fatty tuna that he was serving everyone, the toro, and he first brought out the dish, and then after, like, you know, everyone got served, he came back out and then showed the fish and then talked about like the marbling, what happens like in the different seasons, why some have more marbling, some have less, and then what that does to the taste. So things like that, I think, made such a unique experience, especially for something more high-end. What we would both classify this as fine dining, just because the price tag was $175 per person, and then I was able to get the drink pairing, and the drink pairing is not necessary for two people, in that it's not required that the entire table has to do the drink pairing if you want to. This place was actually very flexible and asked if we wanted to even split the drinks in the one drink pairing into two. So really liked that element. We also talked a little bit about maybe that's kind of like the effects of post-COVID. I think the amount of people that are drinking alcohol have decreased significantly, and I know that mocktails are like a huge thing, so maybe that's like a little bit of a choice slash update post-pandemic. Either way, you just love when a restaurant offers you like really great options, so you don't feel like you're required for the whole table to do something. And drinking's one of those things where it's like he's driving, like he can't drink the same amount that like I am as a passenger, so why would you require both of us to do it? Overall, the drinks were amazing. Everything had just such a unique element, whether it was like the flavor, the ingredients.
Had like a hint of balsamic vinegar. It was just very like
Fluid.
a unique cocktail, as you normally, you know, don't think of adding balsamic vinegar to a cocktail.
I think one cocktail that was extremely unique was one that had like a little bit of balsamic vinegar in it. So you got kind of like a little dab, I would say, every little sip that you got, and it just left such like a nice palatable taste that went with all the flavors. A little hard to explain, but like that's probably the best we'll get. It was so good. Thanks so much for coming along on our DC date day. It was a good day, right? Cashew! We're home, getting ready to sleep. Thanks so much for joining me on this vlog. Be sure to like and subscribe. Let me know in the comments below what questions you have about our DC date day. If you guys want more future DC date days, I don't know how many of these we will do, but please let me know in the comments below what you thought about today, if you want to see anything in particular. And thanks again for joining us. You just see Cashew in the back, like you're on your phone, and he's like, ah!
Perfect.
Cashew! I'll see you guys in the next one.
Across the room, and if I'm in doubt, I know that